Greetings and salutations, YouTube. It is me again, and this was supposed to be the morning after report on the Leafs game last night, but instead it is the evening report because my life is a busy-ass gong show these days, and yeah, this is the first chance I've had to take a breath today, so getting right into it. Last night's game against San Jose at home saw another run and gun type of affair. Same thing they had in San Jose a couple of weeks ago when they were on that Western road trip. One of the best teams in the East against one of the best teams in the West. Both can score a ton of goals, and it was just it was a track meet, and both teams took turns here and there, getting the upper hand, getting the momentum, and setting up in the other team's end for a while, back and forth. But for all intents and purposes, as even as the game was, the Leafs managed to, partially into the second period, they had a 4-1 lead and were looking to run away with it despite how close everything was. Eventually it evened out. They won 5-3, so it was still relatively close in score. But it was all about two things. First, the return of Austin Matthews to the Leafs lineup, which was huge. And the second thing was it was very much a battle of special teams. Of the 8 total goals both teams scored, 5 were on the power play. The Leafs goals were scored by Tavares had 2, 1 power play, 1 even strength. Matthews had 2 in his return, again 1 power play, 1 even strength, and then Marleau had the Leafs' 5th goal, which was a power play marker. So it was one of those games where, that's one of the nights where the special teams works out in your favor, but I don't like games being decided by special teams no matter which way it goes. It just seems to be, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be a good flowing, even hockey game. I just like to let them go, which is what they were getting. Like those 2 games against Columbus they played a while back, the game against Carolina, even though they got blown out, the refs were just letting everything go, and it was just so much better. But no matter what, they got the 2 points, they got the win, they played well against a tough opponent. They played well and gave another good showing, and it was all up and down the lineup too. Obviously the big boys were scoring the goals and stuff, but the Leafs' 3rd and 4th lines just continue to contribute and look good, and they looked good last night. They didn't get any points on the board, but they looked great and they contributed and had some really good shifts. So all in all, and Fred of course was good again, and the D continues to, guys like Dermott are just playing really well. Ozhiganov, now that he's settled in and he's gotten used to the North American game, he's looking better and better each game. The Leafs just, they keep rolling, and it's nice. It's nice to see, and it's also nice that tomorrow is the last day that Nylander will remain unsigned, because on Saturday, December the 1st, that is the deadline where he either signs with the Leafs, gets traded, or nothing happens and he sits out the rest of the year and doesn't get paid. So finally, this whole saga is going to be over, and I'm kind of pissed at him, so I almost want them to trade him, because it's kind of like, what the fuck? Who the fuck does he think he is, right? But I don't know. I don't get it. They all want so much money, and I get it. They keep saying these athletes have these short windows, but they're also getting paid a lot of money, So no matter whether he gets 7 or 6, I mean, he's still going to have enough money. And I don't know. I don't get it. And this is why I don't like the whole business side of sports, because it makes you not like certain people, or and I don't want that. I want my Leafs to be my Leafs, and I hate it when business and contracts and all that stuff get in the way of playing hockey, so, which is the business side has become so much more of the reporting now. From when I was a kid, you never used to hear about that stuff at all, other than these guys signed this guy, right? There was none of this public knowledge of how much and this and that and the other thing, so that's kind of an interesting side of it, but also an annoying side of it now. And I just wish they would all work things out and play hockey, and all this kind of holdout situations would go away. But it's the reality of the game now. It's the reality of all sports now, and either way, we'll know on Saturday what's going to happen to Nylander and the Leafs, and then I will be back on Sunday morning to comment on that, as well as the Leafs Saturday night game, which will see them head to Minnesota to take on the Wild. So hopefully there's another 2 points, and we will talk to you Sunday.